Hello there, Harris County, and welcome. I am in the garden today and I have got a treat for you. I'm going to take you through some of our demo beds where we've been looking at some Petunia varieties just over my shoulder here through the late winter, early spring. And I can't wait to show you what we've got. My name is Paul Winsky. I am with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, and I am here today at the Genoa Friendship Garden, which is located down in Precinct 2, just off of Beltway 8. As you can see over my shoulder, we've got color. We've got lots of color. And this past year, we looked at petunias. So what I want to do is take you through and have you see what's going on. But this would not occur, this wouldn't happen without the volunteers. So I definitely tip my hat to the Harris County Master Gardeners who make this all happen. This garden is a great place. They are a great group of people to work with. You can see the time and effort and dedication. And it's not just to the trials, but to the entire garden. But to the team that works on this, again, thank you so much for your help, because without you guys, this wouldn't be happening. So what we're going to do is look at some of these varieties, show you the highlights, and sit back and enjoy, because I think you are going to be blown away by some of the colors that you're going to see. All right, Harris County, before we get started here, I wanted to give you an overview of how eye-catching these beds are. So you can see we've got 4 beds where we do our color trials, our demonstrations. As I mentioned earlier, we're looking at petunias this year. But just to look at the blanket of color here, just how it pops. If we had full sun here, these beds would look electric. But again, as I mentioned, this would not be possible without the Harris County Master Gardeners. These volunteers do an excellent job here, not only in these beds, but in our vegetable trials, our vegetable beds, in the orchard. We've got a perennial bed, we've got Texas Superstars, we have roses, we have some water features. So, you know, if you ever get a chance and you're down this way, we're right off Beltway 8 on Genoa Red Bluff Road. Come on by and check it out. So let's go and look up close at some of these other the specific varieties and how they're doing. Our first stop here is going to be taking a look at Petunia. The series is Flash Forward, and this is pink. Now the Flash Forwards, they're pendula type, so they're spreading, low growing, and they have smaller flowers, probably about maybe a third or so the size of a typical grandiflora type petunia. But what it makes up, what it lacks maybe in size, it makes up in that flower power. Look at the production on that over the entire plant. We're not seeing much in the way of green. It is just covering this entire section. And look at how it contrasts. This is one of our perennial phlox that we've had in here for a couple years now. This is fashionably early crystal, but look at that contrast of that pink and white. You can see production around the entire plant. Would work great in combinations or hanging baskets. Combinations, we can use it as a filler and probably a spiller because of that habit. But let me get down here and take a look at just that flower production and the colors on it. Very clean, very good. We've had no disease issue. All of these trials on the annuals were planted the end of February, right after the frost. So they've been in a while, but you can really see the production and the uniformity in this plant. Our next stop here is the Flash Forward. We're in the same series, but this is Lavender. And again, I love the uniformity. Just like the pink, you can see the habit is the same, the production is the same, and this is one of the things that the breeders definitely strive for. You don't want colors to vary when you develop a series. You want them to be uniform within that color and uniform across the colors. And this breeding company has done an excellent job. Just look at the production on that, the number of flowers, and just the way that color looks. Master Gardeners did a great job. They've got this right next to the lemon coral sedum. So look at the color contrast there of this lavender and the lemon coral. Simply great. And then there's one of our dwarf crepe myrtles where we can see some of that new growth is nice and red and crimson. So great color contrast. Colors work great together. But I'm real happy with how this plant is performing in the landscape. Our last variety in the Flash Forward series is the Mix. So this gives you an idea of the color range that is available in the Flash Forward. Again, flower form is similar, but look at the colors on these and how they work off of each other. So if you're if you're not sure as to what color you really like, these mixes, the breeding companies do a great job in putting these mixes together to allow you to pick up the colors that you want. But you can see that uniformity, great flower production, no diseases, and these things are going pretty strong. Now we haven't gotten hot yet. We're middle of May, but in the past some of these petunias have already started to go south for us. But again, this is the Flash Forward. This is the Mix, and let's go ahead and see what else we're going to check out in the garden. Now the next series we're going to look at, this is the Photo Finish. And if you want some white, if you want a spreading habit, if you want to fill a bed, if you want it to look like a drift of snow, let me step back here. And this is Photo Finish White. Look at the production on that. Now, as you can probably tell, the Photo Finishes, the flowers are much larger. They're more like the grandiflora. The flower type, is similar, but look at the production on it. This plant's going to get much larger, but it still has that spreading habit. So if you are interested in a basket has a lot of flower power to it, would perform extremely well, very uniform, definitely in the landscape, the Photo Finish White is definitely one to consider. And remember, your white colors, perform extremely well. That color really pops at dawn and dusk. And so you can only imagine what this bed would look like when light levels are just a little bit lower, or as they're just starting to wake up in the morning. So Photo Finish White definitely gets a thumbs up. Our next Photo Finish is going to be, we'll take a look at Photo Finish Mix. And again, larger flowers, spreading habit, taller plants than what we saw with the other series. But look at the color range and look how they work together. Again, as I mentioned, the mixes are always kind of nice if you're not sure what color you want. This gives you a good opportunity to enjoy all the colors together. But look how it just fills in the end of this bed. Complete color, great production. So this is Petunia Photo Finish Mix. Now the last of our Photo Finish entries is Rose Star. So again, very nice contrast with the petals. We can see we've got that rose color with the white. Nice contrast, uniform flower habit, and really good production. These larger ones, definitely hanging baskets. You can use them in combos, but in the landscape, they definitely cover their area with lots of flowers. We're not seeing any disease issues. Very good production. So that is Petunia Photo Finish Rose Star. Last one we're going to look at is it almost looks exactly like with the plant we just looked at, but this is Skybox Rose Star. This is a different series. The flowers are a little bit larger. The plant has more of an upright habit as opposed to that spreading habit. But in the landscape, it's definitely got flower power. Extremely good on the production. You can see new growth is coming, new flowers are coming, and as I said, this is middle of May, and we're still seeing really strong flower production. We will probably leave these in, at least parts of these, through parts of the summer to see when they do start to go south and decline. But right now, this plant is just non-stop in its flower production. Okay, this variety is a different series. This is Petunia Damask mix, and it is sort of in between what we've been looking at with the flash forwards and the photo finish. The flower is definitely larger than the flash forward, but not quite as large as the photo finish. But the habits are the same. It's got that spreading habit, very good flower production. You can see the color range. The colors go in across through this side, and you can get an idea of that range. But again, uniformity, and that's the key. You want those flowers to be held above the plant, over the entire plant, and you want to be able to see them and enjoy them. So this is Petunia Damask mix. Well, Harris County, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Genoa Friendship Garden, because I really did enjoy taking you around. The garden is open on Mondays and Wednesdays, usually in the morning. The master gardeners are here, and they would love to take you around and show you what we've got going on down here. So with that being said, thanks for your attention, thanks for your support, and Harris County, keep gardening.